And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Player profile here, Adam Garlock. And this guy left guard for your Cardinal Mooney Cardinals, the big fella, and he's got a lot to say. Adam, at least they tell me you got a lot to say. You got a lot to say?
No, not really.
You got nothing to say. We're done here. Talk about, this Cardinal Mooney team. As a senior, it's got to mean a heck of a lot to you guys to be in Week 13.
Yeah, it means a lot, especially from coming back last year, 1-9. Nobody liked having that happen. And, I said at the beginning of the year, my first interview, I believe this team can go deep in the playoffs, and, we're proving that right now. So, I'm just really proud of all these guys, stepping up and getting us here to Week 13.
I believe last week somebody said you were the most serious guy in the locker room. What was it about? You are a pretty serious cat.
Yeah.
Where do you get that makeup from?
I get that from my parents. I was raised, work hard and, play later. And, when I'm in the locker room, I like to get stuff done first, and then we can have fun after practice or after a win. But, when we're out there on the field, I like to be pretty serious.
Adam, I got to tell you, when you talk, people stop talking because you're the only one that everybody has stopped across this entire cafeteria. What is it about your leadership that these guys really respect? When you talk, they listen.
It's kind of different, My leadership, it's kind of, more through action than speaking. I'm really not that much of a talker, but, I like to speak with my shoulder pads, and, when I start talking and speaking up, usually people start listening because it's pretty rare for me to do that. So.
When you're a big fellow, what are you weighing in at, and how tall are you?
I'm about 6'2", 300 pounds right now.
That's a big boy. And look, we're sitting down, and he's still making me look like a troll. Do you want to play on Saturdays? Is that something that you want to do?
Definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure you're getting phone calls from colleges.
Yeah.
Anybody piqued your interest so far?
Pitt right now. I went on a visit there, and it was just really nice. And I went to a game at Heinz Field, and, me being a Steeler fan my whole life, it was amazing going to that place. So, yeah, Pitt, definitely.
Dude after my heart as Steeler fans. All right, so they're going through some struggles right now.
Yeah.
You know what they're going through.
Yeah.
You went through it last year.
Yeah.
Do you see the light at the end of the tunnel for the Steelers the same way you do the Cardinals?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Everybody has bad years, and, I feel like any team can bounce back from those bad years. It's just a matter of time,
You got to be loving it because everybody's talking about Kenny Pickett, but you know that everything starts up front with that offensive line. Why is it that you guys have been so effective in the trenches and obviously your leadership style and the other guys on that line, you've been able to move mountains this year and continue to do so? Why is that?
I feel like, just because we like to run the ball. We have a quarterback that can throw obviously really well, and, to have a really good team, you need to be able to throw and run the ball. So, with Coach Mark, he always taught us to finish and, finish on the line, and just move the ball really well. And then we can counteract that with our passing plays. And, it really cuts teams in half sometimes, and they're real surprised about it, some of the comebacks we've had this year. So, yeah, running the ball is just something that means a lot to me because it's just the best thing in the world when you can line up and just run the ball down their throat.
So when AOB's back there doing his thing and you see him scrambling around, do you ever go, come on, man? You want to run block, but you're like, oh, man, here we go again. And you just find somebody to block. Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, sometimes, I see him scrambling back there, and I'm like, well, might as well go hit someone else. So.
Might as well go hit somebody. 300-pound frame, 6'2", might as well go hit somebody.
Yeah.
What's your number one memory here at Mooney so far?
I'd have to say my freshman year when we beat Boardman in overtime, stopping their two-point conversion. I remember playing in that game as a freshman, and it was just the best experience I could ever ask for as a freshman. It was just truly amazing.
Who was there for you when you were a freshman that you're trying to kind of reciprocate now?
Right now, I'd say Louis Gentile because he started over me, and, I watched his technique. Mm-hmm. He played right tackle, obviously, and I took over right tackle when I was a sophomore. So I'd say I paid a lot of attention to him and his technique.
Okay, so and who you're paying forward to now? Like who's a young up-and-coming Cardinal that you kind of took under your wing?
Chris Flora, definitely.
Why is that?
Just his progress from last year to this year, it's truly amazing. And, I had confidence in him ever since he came here. At first, he was a little soft or whatever you could say, but,
You can say anything you want.
Yeah, but he's come a long way, and he's truly a good lineman for us.
All right, man. Win, lose, or draw on Friday. This has been a great year for you. Talk about the Mooney pride and why you are so proud to wear this helmet every Friday night.
It's just awesome because, when you go out in public and you're wearing a Mooney shirt and people come up to you and they're like, oh man, my son, my daughter, you know, my nephew or whatever went to Mooney, and you know, it's just great to be a part of that huge franchise and all the history of this place. And I personally don't have any roots to this place, but you know, coming here was truly special for me and probably the best decision I've made so far.
First generation Cardinal, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's talk about you off the field. What do you like to do in your free time?
Fish, like to go hiking sometimes, and like to lift a lot too.
You and AOB are like the outdoorsmen, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you guys ever go hunting together?
Nah, I'm not a big hunter, but
fishing.
yeah, we'll have to go fishing sometime.
All right.
To talk to him about that.
Talk to me about the biggest fish you've ever caught.
You know, to be honest, not that big. Probably like 1.5 foot channel catfish. I mean, nothing crazy, but you know, I mainly like to go bass fishing at my aunt's house. You know, it's just real peaceful out there. So
you do work on the gridiron, and then you find peace on the lake, so to speak.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, what do you want to do when you get out of school?
Honestly, I'm not sure right now. Hopefully, I move on and play football at the next level, but right now, I'd probably something outdoors, you know, maybe a park ranger or something along the lines of that, but still thinking about that right now.
I mean, you've spoken highly of your family already. I mean, what do they mean to you?
Oh, they mean the world to me, you know. My mom, she's the best mom I could ever ask for, and my dad, you know, I lost him last year, and he was just the best dad I could ever ask for. I mean, he taught me how to do hard work, and, you know, he was there for me, teaching me football and all that. And even my brother, I mean, he just pushes me to be the best person I can be, and, I mean, my family means the world to me.
What's one thing that your dad taught you that you'll never forget?
I'd say when we split firewood, we were out there for 12 hours, and at noon, I wanted to go in, but he instilled in me that we need to get the job done, and we can relax later.
Wow. Wow, that's a good one. All right, what's one thing your mom's taught you?
Oh, man, not to mess around when I shouldn't be messing around. Definitely. You know, when she's cleaning the house or something and I'm being loud or whatever with my brother messing around, I mean, she's not afraid to come yell at me. Even though how big I am, she is not afraid to yell.
Last thing for you, what's one lesson you want to teach your brother before you leave the halls here at Mooney?
No, I just want to teach him that, you know, nothing ever got to me. You know, I like to be the best person that I can be, and, you know, I don't really focus on outside influences that much, and I just like to live my own life and do my own thing, kind of.
Adam, it has been an absolute pleasure sitting down with you, man. Thanks for the time. Appreciate
Yep.
you. Good luck to you the rest of the
Thank
way.
you.
We'll be back right after this on YSN.